Hello and welcome to It's Your Time to Soar. And this is your first time tuning in. Know that we inspire, know that we motivate, and we impact. All right. If you're listening on the podcast, welcome. If you're watching me on YouTube, welcome as well. Or if you're watching me on Facebook, I just want to tell you welcome. This is the first video that I'm launching on this will be the second one that I'm launching on YouTube for the year. And this video is going to be about leadership. What a better way to start your second video off in 2019. What is leadership? What is leadership? Is leadership a position? Is leadership something that you're born with? Is leadership something that you can pass on from generation to generation? Well, if you have any of these questions floating around in your mind right now, those will be answered on this video. I remember years back when I was promoted as a supervisor. Uh, it was the best feeling in this world. I was like, wow, I'm a supervisor now. I have a position. I can do exactly what I've learned from the management staff, and I said, yeah, I'm ready. But what I realized was that in the position that I was in, doing what management did wasn't exactly that I was supposed to be doing. I was supposed to be doing something entirely different, but I didn't know that because I was just following what I saw, and what they were doing. It was more like how I grew up. Don't do as I do as I say, and that's a video in itself as it pertains to limiting belief, and I have a video on that as well. But what I did, I was just giving orders. I wasn't getting down to the level. I wasn't building connection. I I I wasn't I wasn't pouring myself into what I was doing in each individual on their level to bring them up, build them up, and bring them up. No, that's not what I was doing, and I didn't learn this immediately. But I'm gonna give you some helpful nuggets that would help each and every one of you on today. Alright, leadership. Leadership is not just a skill. True leadership is when you can connect with a person. You can also show them your production. You can teach them everything that you know, and then you can also teach them to teach others the exact same thing. Because I always tell individuals that I train that you don't really know something until you've trained someone else to train someone else. And everything I teach, that's how I teach it. I teach someone to be able to teach someone else, and that's another level of knowledge. It's different when you know something just to do it for yourself. But if you're teaching something to teach someone else, that's a whole another level of knowledge and also understanding. What is connection? Connection is something that is relatable between you and another person. You might have went to the same high school. You might have you might have the same basketball team. You might like the same basketball team. You might like the same football team. You might have gone through the same experiences on in high school, in different career paths. You might have the same thing, and you might be interested in the same things moving forward. That's what builds a connection. But you need able to build that connection when you have a conversation with an individual, and that connection helps to foster a relationship in leadership. What also what else is there when it comes to leadership? Teamwork. Teamwork. Never let persons Never let persons who you're leading feel as though that you're always trying to give them orders. If they know that you have their best interests at heart and that you always would put them first no matter what, well, I would say no matter what. But in most scenarios, once it's not going against your values and your principles, you you will always have them. You should always give, then ask. You shouldn't always be taking, because when just like life, you have to make more deposits than you take withdrawals. In fact, I can go as far as to say that you shouldn't you should it even shouldn't it should never be equal. You should always be given more, because it's always blessed to give than receive. God says that He always give seed to the sower. That means is, if He sees that you're a person who always give it, He's gonna always give you seed to give. Listen, y'all, if this video was helpful to each and every one of you, or if this audio was helpful to you, I want you to hit the subscribe button, hit a like, and I want you to share this podcast on your different social media networks. And if you haven't heard these words before, know that it's your time to soar.